Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be giving you my Aries June 2019 horoscope forecast, part 2 of 2. And yes, this does apply and pertain to the Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Anyway, people, first thing up. Well, as far as June goes, you're going to have Venus in Gemini, will be in Gemini from the 9th until the 30th. So the third house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. Well, if you're unattached at this time, Aries, you may connect with a Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, or one that embodies those characteristics. It might be in your neighborhood, or it could be a neighbor. It could be somebody you knew from your early education. It may be someone younger than you. This could be also where you might, this could be about valuing versatility, variety, and intellectual stimulation. As far as your day-to-day communications go in matters with siblings, with cousins, with neighbors, you might find yourself making money doing Gemini-like things in your neighborhood. It could be doing something that requires dexterity, such as doing auto refrigeration mechanics or some kind of communication like writing, journalism, data communication. This could be something too where you might be spending money on a variety of things for third house people as well. Anyway, next thing up, Mars will be in Cancer, so the fourth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, you might be angry, perhaps lamenting over past hurts with your family. You might find yourself injecting energy and vitality into Cancerian things such as cooking, nostalgia, laundry, things that are introverted with home, might be done with home and family members. This could on people you're close to home with. Times you might become maybe angry at Cancerian qualities at the core, or might be putting a lot of energy in expressing them. They could be qualities connected with maybe more temperamental than you realized, or more moody, but at the same time maybe more emotional than maybe you were cared to acknowledge, or being oversensitive, such as to criticism and ridicule. This could also be a time, if you're unattached at this time, Aries, you might get involved with a sexual liaison or interlude with a Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, or simply one that embodies Cancerian characteristics that might be there for you at that end or latter part of life. And also this could manifest in taking action, perhaps in Cancerian type traditions, such as perhaps could be collecting things that are patriotic, things that are nostalgic, things that are associated with cooking and culinary work. And also too, you might become angry at this time, perhaps with an overly temperamental, clingy, oversensitive, moody family member, overprotective family member. And also could be a lot of tenacious energy put into home related things such as home remodeling and renovation at this time. So, and also maybe into safety and security in your home as well. Next thing up, well, Jupiter will still be in Sagittarius, so the 9th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, as I've spoken about previously, Jupiter can be rather paradoxical. It could be very strongly benign and benevolent, but it could also have a tendency to enlarge and expand. It could expand a rather self-righteous, foolhardy, reckless, over-optimistic behavior, perhaps with in-laws, grandchildren, maybe in your interactions with them even, but it could also be very fortuitous for perhaps Sagittarius higher education, or something Sagittarius related with publishing, such as something with philosophy, law, religion, something associated with archery, expanding horizons. It could also be about, and this could manifest in hope and optimism through very exuberant, expansive, enthusiastic, religious, perhaps activities, and maybe just being involved in religious congregation or activities and associated with them. Also, it could be about expanding your horizons through higher education, perhaps at this time as well. So anyway, next thing up, Saturn will still be in Capricorn, so the 10th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, Well, you might be experiencing some limitations and restrictions associated with your career, maybe attaining a greater stature in life. You might find yourself also perhaps taking care of a sickly or debilitated dominant parent, which is often the father. It could be somebody prominent in your career or somebody that plays a strong role in your reputation, public image, such as a promoter. It could be something Capricorn related, such as something with the knees, the bones, or the joints, and might be making you feel somewhat despondent and melancholy. It could be where you might be burdened with a lot of responsibilities that are career related, but could also manifest in doing something Saturn-like as far as your career goes, such as something maybe with business or politics, dentistry, anything that could be Capricorn related, and also working laboriously, very consistently, perhaps in attaining a greater success in life and trying to improve your stature in life as well at this time. So, and on just a lot of laborious, consistent efforts in doing so, and also attaining maybe greater social status. So anyway, next thing up. Well, Uranus will be in Taurus still, so the second house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, well, you might be showing more unusual persistence and perseverance in financial matters at this time. You might be finding that somebody at that place that you're generating income might be exhibiting some unusual, stubborn, or obstinate behavior. There could be a lot of financial fluctuations at this time that you might be dealing with, which of course could have an impact on your possessions, and this could be something where maybe some financial fluctuation might be affecting an erratic financial situation, might be having a strong impact on your self-esteem and self-worth. But on a positive end, you might find yourself, this may manifest in doing something Uranus-like as far as making money. It could be something connected with astrology, aerospace, astronomy, computers, electronics, innovation, and anyway, and also maybe just doing a lot of more buying and selling with the Uranus-like things such as computers and electronics. So, and also this could manifest perhaps in Taurus friendships, perhaps having an impact on perhaps your self-esteem, your self-worth, your resources, things of a monetary nature, and whether it's beneficial or more to your detriment. A lot of it can be predicated on aspects. This makes the points in your chart. If it makes a lot of good aspects, it could be more that they could have a more positive effect, such as, say, a positive aspect to Jupiter or Venus. But if you're having a lot of negative, adverse aspects, points in your chart, they might actually be having more of a negative or detrimental effect on this. So anyway, next thing up, Neptune will still be in Pisces, so the 12th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. Well, at this time, one way this may manifest, this could be about 12th house people appearing more unclear and nebulous than usual, aunts, uncles. It could be where you might be dealing with a very confounding or confusing mental illness at this time. You might feel that your private life might be dissipating or dissolving and dealing with a lot of chaos in the private life. Be careful at this time, because alcohol, drugs, being overly deceptive or duplicitous might be the self-undoing. But on a positive end, this could manifest perhaps in doing something Neptune-like in solitude and seclusion, such as something with the metaphysical, which includes astrology, something with something mystical, spirituality, photography, chemistry, dancing, poetry. And also this could be about a lot of self-sacrifice for those less fortunate than yourself, such as the impoverished, the oppressed, the hungry, the homeless at this time. But at the same time, this could be about some Neptune hospitalization, such as something with the feet, the toes, or the lymphatic system. And be careful about incarceration at this time. It could be over something Neptune related, such as something with drugs or alcohol. It could be selling drugs illegally. So if there's anyone out there that's involved in this, I encourage you to to stop doing this. And even people that don't have this transit, of course, I always encourage people to not do anything like that, because of course I don't condone crime, and most people don't either. So anyway, but that's very isolated, I would say. Hold on a moment, people. Last but not least, Pluto will still be in Capricorn, so the 10th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now at this time, I know a lot of you don't want me to say the dreaded D word, but you know I'm going to anyway. This could manifest in the actual literal death of some cases, a dominant parent, which is often the father, someone prominent in your career, an authority figure, somebody that is factors in strongly with your public image, your reputation. Guard against becoming really power trips in matters and attaining success and romping all over people. Ruthless behavior sometimes could be indicated in trying to attain a position of power when you're having a transit like this. And also this could be about dealing with upheavals and power struggles in matters connected with your career. This could also be about maybe the destruction in some cases in one's public career or reputation. But also remember, Pluto is about rebirth and regeneration. So it could, something goes away a lot of times with Pluto, it can come back, because Pluto can be, again, be about revival and regeneration and rebirth. You may find yourself doing something Pluto related as far as career matters go, such as something with insurance, recycling, the occult, the supernatural, could be astrology, something with nuclear physics. And also try to avoid manipulative behavior in order to try to reach the top of the mountain, your pinnacle of success at this time as well. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for my Aries June 2019 horoscope forecast part 2 of 2. Stay tuned next time, where I'm going to be talking about astrology's influencers in my next video. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.